Starting a blog in 2025 and 2026 is not exactly what it used to be. So we're not just competing with other bloggers now, we're competing with machines. I mean, AI could write 1,000 articles in a weekend. So how do you stand out? Is it worth pursuing? And what do you actually do today? That's what I'm going to cover in this video because I want to show you a faster path, one that doesn't require a ton of content and waiting for 6 to 12 months, but how to use AI not just to blog, but to set up systems, to monetize faster, and to build a real business. Now, if you're new to the channel, first time here, my name's Adam Enfroy. I've made over $15 million online through blogging, affiliate marketing, and AI businesses. But what I would do to start a blog now is not exactly what I did back in 2019 and 2020. So before we get started, also, I want to note that I have a brand new free AI launch kit. If you're unsure about what niche to choose, what business model to even start with, there's so many different options out there. Make sure to click the link below this video and I will send you my free brand new AI launch kit to help you get started once and for all. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start a website. We're going to start a real business online. What do we actually do? Well, the old historic advice might say to start a blog, choose a niche, choose a bunch of keywords, write a bunch of articles, make affiliate revenue, ad revenue, all of that. Now, there is paths to do that, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But I believe that a different optional first step is a really good one to add in here that can make you money a lot faster. And that is to really simplify things. We're in this world where AI and ChatGPT is literally going to be creating all content that we consume. People are using it more and more every single year. And a couple of years from now, it's going to be indistinguishable from what's AI content and what's not. So what do we actually do? Well, what we would do is we create a simple one-page website first, focused on how can we monetize something and make like $2,000 selling a simple service. Now, what this service could be is some type of clear problem for a local business that's really easy to solve. So again, this is an optional first step that I would do if I was starting a blog right now, because AI can help us come up with all of our homepage copy, what we're offering, what we're doing, and then the exact standard operating procedure. So even someone who's never touched an AI tool before could do this service. So I'm going to show you this now. So what I first seed any business with is a bunch of ChatGPT memories. So this is a master ChatGPT memory setup. And what this does is saying, I'm launching this business. This is my business model. These are my income goals. These are the niches to choose from. This is what I offer. This is how I think and work. This is my role, my brand positioning, why I exist, about me, positioning statements, unique value proposition, all of this stuff that I can offer out of the gate. So a full playbook to build a true business from day one. Think about it like if you're actually building a real business, you have a website. Yes, you can have a blog to it, but the blog is just now one component. It's not the entire business model. It's the component that comes in on step 2 and 3, not the step 1. And what we're doing here is just adding a simple homepage copy. So I'm going to take this section, the playbook builder. So this I'm going to paste into ChatGPT. This is saying we're going to do simple AI services that we would be doing for a blog anyways, that we're going to be doing for ourselves. We're going to build standard operating procedures. We're going to sell it first to local clients, and then we're going to do it for our own blog. It's really that simple. So I have here a little playbook. So it's going to give you justify pricing, make it simple writing services, things like when you think about all the services you can offer as an individual website, like you don't have to do fancy stuff like I'm going to teach people how to build a website, or I'm going to build websites for people, or do YouTube editing and stuff. Most of it comes down to writing, blog writing, YouTube script writing, local SEO service page writing, social media posts, email marketing writing, and all of that. So we paste this in. I'm going to say, this is the format of my playbook, my services. I'm going to say, write me a homepage copy for my brand. And my niche is, and then we can choose a niche. What niche do we want to do? Well, let's say we want to do realtors. Now this is going to completely write the full service engine that's going to start the business. So content that sells homes, done for you system built for top retailers to stand out locally without wasting hours on creating content. You're here to the relationships, close deals, and grow your brand in the local market. That's where we come in. Our 7 services system delivers premium done for you marketing content. So what you get, the complete realtor visibility stack, all these different things that you can get for them. And this is just your homepage copy. So we've had, students that have created websites within a day to different service offerings, things like local service businesses, realtors, lawyers, law firms, financial services, any kind of niche that you want to get into. But basically, we get it to a point where we have templates for everything. So we have standard operating procedure template for exactly how to do the services that we're doing. So If we wanted to create a blog post for a client and sell that as a service, people might ask, why would they ever pay somebody who's never done it before? Like a lot of naysayers say that in the comments, like, why would somebody pay somebody who's never done it before? Because it's about the system. It's not about the experience. Like it's kind of like the franchise model. Anyone can do it if they have the right standard operating procedure, the formula, right? So when you when AI is getting smarter, we need to feed AI, train it to do better to make us money. So for example, if you're doing local services for a client, you can have AI blog content. What do you do? Step one, you choose the topic, generate the first draft exactly this way, you humanize it this way. This is where you add the URL. This is how you do all of this, right? So it's a very simple process for all types of different things that you can offer as a service-based business to start, optionally to make thousands of dollars out of the gate. So you can do social media posts, you can do lead magnets, you can do YouTube script writing, the full formula for writing the hooks, writing all of this stuff. So you can perform these services. You can create a simple website on WordPress. Like here's one of our student sites, Scalehouse, done for you content for builders and tradies. She created this in a day of looking at the course and going through it, but it's a fully fleshed out site with all the different things that you can offer, why it works, booking a free consultation, and all of that. So step one, if I was going to start a blog today, really just I'd start it immediately with a one-page website that could actually potentially sell something. And a lot of this, the whole process for that model is going to be create a service, do AI assisted outreach to get clients, have AI assisted pitch deck and a quick discovery call, close it with that, do the services, which are all kind of based on ChatGPT, optimize, you edit, you send, you deliver, you create systems for that. We call it automated income, not passive income, because it's the more fast track way. If you want to make money faster, that's option one. So you use AI, you leverage it in the agency business model, something that is scalable, sellable, and repeatable. And you just have to kind of learn the process. And then you can do that for yourself over time. But that is option one. And not everyone wants to do that, and that's totally fine. They want to have more passive forms of income, and that is what we are getting to next. So we can do building passive assets. First, they're on the service, and then we're going to get into programmatic SEO with tons and tons of articles on how to scale that with AI. So this stuff obviously is changing very rapidly. But we could put a prompt in like this. So let's say we do offer that marketing for realtors. Now we're going to say, I offer content marketing to realtors. AI, say AI, why not? Give me 5 blog post ideas I can publish on my site. So we're kind of treating at first, we have a one-page site. Then we might have a mini blog kind of showcasing some local stuff and trying to get some traction. So things like how realtors can use AI to market listings. So really simple articles that you create. 7 types of content every realtor needs to the local authority. The Beginner's Guide to Local SEO for Realtors. What should realtors post on social media? So you start in the niche as an agency expert with articles that are kind of getting traction locally. Right? So it's a little bit of a different angle. You can take this angle, you can skip this angle if you want to just go to passive. But this is the fast track service route. So then we're creating a little bit of traction here. We're getting some blog posts in there, more like case studies, testimonials. Think of it as a local, like a business website more than a blog at the beginning. Because if you want to do fast active income, you charge $1,500 to $2,000 a month to businesses that are making, you know, $500,000 more per year. So there's a whole system, there's a whole way to capture these leads, send them automated emails through ChatGPT, like come up with what you're going to say to them, close them, create pitch decks. ChatGPT is a marketing master. So basically, you're just using some of the prompts, tweaking things, and then doing the work for them. So that's the start of option one. If I was starting a blog in 2026, I would be focused on starting an AI offer based agency, selling services, making money right away because you can just standardize the process. We can help you do that. The next part is adding programmatic AI. So AI content. So how now do we actually rank stuff in 2026? It's not going to be just creating one article and hope that ranks and then maybe creating another article, getting some links to it. That's totally out of the game now. So what I would do if you were going to have a content strategy in a traditional blog format would be to do something like this. So you have a programmatic formula. So for example, I'm going to say I want to create 50 blog post titles for programmatic SEO, all focused on a single topic, realtors. I'm going to be a little more specific. I'm going to say tools for realtors. If you want to each have a repeatable format with keywords that work for affiliate monetization. So what we're going to do, the thing that works now with all this crazy AI content coming out is just blanketing the niche with tons and tons and tons of content. So You could have best products like CRM tools for realtors, email marketing for realtors, tools for realtors, all these different things. Zillow Premier Agent versus Realtor.com, KV Core versus Chime. We're going deep. What we realized with LLMs and like ChatGPT and stuff is that long tail keywords are now really long tail keywords. So like not like 5 or 6 words, but like a paragraph is sometimes things I'm typing into ChatGPT. And then Google by hand, you're also typing that in too, because Google does have AI answers with sources and then stuff underneath. So you're just going extremely deep on these different topics. So for example, how to use ChatGPT to write real estate listing descriptions, how to use Canva to design real estate flyers. You're just dominating this, and you might as well have a high-end offer from the beginning rather than waiting on affiliate revenue. And the key is you learn as you go. All right. We're not all experts here. And that's the thing. We're all beginners at the very beginning. We don't even know what niche to choose. So we might as well choose one that we enjoy, that we like, that is kind of, and then we have to choose the business model that is best tied to our personality. So is it more, I want to just make money fast? Then we go the AI agency route and we build standard operating procedures. We have a full system. We can hire 1 to 2 people max and get that thing to a huge, 30K a month in revenue. We can do that as a lifestyle business and get it to 10K a month and just do it ourselves. Or if you're like, I never want to do that, I just want to go the passive route, then we have to go the passive income route, which requires a little bit more AI and workflows and automations, which you should be learning from the service route. What I'm saying though is, if we're going to create all this content, we should have some type of high ticket offer at the beginning, which all of these articles, right, will get people back to your main service as well, which again can be outsourced once you get one person helping you with content. Then all of a sudden you're just managing this business. You have agency revenue, affiliate revenue, ad revenue, all of it. So you have all these articles. So how do we actually create them? Well, we have a prompt to create them as well. So here's another prompt that I created here. Write a 1,200 word SEO blog post titled, I'm going to do just this one, best CRM tools for realtors. Boom. And then it's going to follow this specific formula. Very simple. Oops, I think it should fix that actually. I had another older one from my last video in there. Top 3 CRM tools for realtors. Number 1, Follow Up Boss. That gives you all this stuff. So it gives you a baseline of what you need to have in the article, and then you edit it, optimize it, humanize it, copy it into WordPress, add some pros and cons, add some features of that. But this is more of a volume game, right? And there's ways to automate it too, using make.com or using machines.ai to put in all these keywords into one thing and have them all written and exported to WordPress automatically. I have other videos on that. I'm not going to cover it in this one. But I've used ChatGPT a lot, and it's just getting, over the last 6 months, it's exponentially getting better, I feel like. So all of this stuff is to say that this content's pretty good. Again, now, do I recommend not reviewing the products and just pasting AI answers? No, because that's not going to help you rank either. You have to have good expertise locally. You have to have some level of, understanding of the niche a little bit so that you can humanize it, add your own elements, and not just be reliant on what AI says, 'cause that's not very trustworthy if we're just recommending products like that. But again, you can have tons and tons of articles. Your output could be all 50 of these articles using something like machine.ai or Make, and creating a system for you. So again, you still want high quality content. It has to go through a process. It has to go through your own process where it might take you a couple hours to do it the first time, but then over time, you can get it less and less and less to where you have a system and a process in place that works for you, where you can get an article done in about, 30 minutes or so, or less, just depending on your own process. Now, when we're creating this content, we want it optimized for both SEO, but also LLM answers as well. To do that, we want authoritative, direct answers, a bold standalone answer to the question you're targeting. The best gaming chair for tall people is this due to this. Use natural language prompts and headers, add structured listing comparisons, real world case studies, cite sources. Talking about your own brand name can help. And again, like I said in another video, Perplexity can get you clicks. ChatGPT is not going to get you many clicks now. They're just going to get you some visibility. I don't think it's really worth it when it comes to that. There's higher click potential for Perplexity and optimizing it for that. So they're more likely to credit detailed comparison, expert how-tos, walkthroughs, things like that. They're not going to just link to a generic affiliate listicle. That's why you have to really, when I think about starting a blog, you have to be pretty niche, and you can do it faceless. You don't have to do it with your name on the website, personal branding necessarily. You can just do it as a brand. But you have to think about what way am I going to make money online? Because there's all these different ways you can make money, and there's affiliate income, there's ads, there's services, there's selling your own products. There's a direct order of operations to how this works. So let me get into that. So this is how I would think of it. So first is services. Services you would charge anywhere from 1,000 to really 3,000 plus. Like if, for example, if I was going to start an agency, I'd probably target software companies and I would teach them affiliate management, SEO, and YouTube, basically content visibility. I would charge like $8,000 to $10,000 a month or something like that. But if you're just starting and you're a beginner, you charge local. You go to local businesses because one, they don't know much about marketing. Two, you go after ones that are successful. You can find ones that will pay you because we're in this age where AI is replacing people, unfortunately, right? We've seen it in the news. So if you can use your AI-based services that I can teach you how to do, then basically you're replacing the need for like 3 to 4 people. So you say, I'm replacing the need for a social media manager, a content manager, an SEO specialist, yada, yada. I'm only charging 1K instead of 10. So that can make you money out of the gate. This requires zero traffic. So you don't need to wait for articles to rank or anything like that because this is outreach. So this is outreach. It's simple list building, simple outreach, closing sales, invoicing, and then doing work that you already know how to do, blogging. So services leads to then you can scale it up. You can scale it up as much as you want. You can hire a content manager for every 5 new clients you get, and you can build this to a 10 to 20, $30,000 a month business as an agency. This is again what you can do as you're waiting for the other things to work. So, because this can lead to the next one would be affiliate and passive. Affiliate and passive income requires a lot of articles. It requires content and it requires, a different strategy. So, for example, some math on that. Like if you are, let's say you have 10,000 visitors to your site, and of those, let's say they're all pretty optimized. If you have affiliate links, they're all generally optimized and stuff. And of that, you're getting 2,000 affiliate link clicks, 20%, which on affiliate articles, it's usually 30, but overall, we'll just say 20 for easy math. Well, of that 2,000 clicks, that'll be a 2% conversion rate. The sale, so 2% of 2,000 will buy something. I think it's 40. 2,000 divided by 250. Let me think of the math on that. My phone is my thing. And I go here, I go to this, 40. 40. My math is not that good. 40 sales. So you have 40 sales, which is pretty good. Now let's say that there's a $100 product and it's a 10% commission rate. So of 100 times 40 is 4,000 times 10, $400 because you're making $10 for each sale times 40. So $400. It's pretty standard. Middle of the pack. Affiliate commission is pretty low for this 10,000 visitors. Hypothetically, if it was higher ticket and instead of that it was a $1,000 product, then we're looking at $4,000. So that's why if we're talking about higher ticket things, higher ticket packages and all of that. So you can make money this way. This could also just be two clients, two local clients with pretty much an automated business running with services. The third one then is the final layer is your ownership, which is your own product. This can be the full service, like in our realtor example, this could be the full marketing course for realtors. This could be a program. So education could be education. It could be a digital product. Could be like a Notion Notion templates or different worksheets or different things to help people a certain way. Could be a physical product, but it's most likely, I think, going to be your own program. That's the easiest one. So the question is then like, okay, there's services, there's affiliate, and then there's ad revenue too. So you'll make a little bit of ad revenue. I don't really recommend it for blogging now. I wouldn't even worry about it. So the question is, if I want to make money, how do I do it? Well, you need something that's pivotable, doesn't work, you pivot. Scalable, sellable, and good for beginners. You can learn as you go. So really that's creating a single one-page website based on a niche service, having pages to make money, having a blog, and building these passive income assets over time, like content. And then if you really wanted to go affiliate, you could do a YouTube channel, you could do social media, you could do all kinds of things. And then also your own product. So this could also be Etsy or something like that, where you're selling this through here. So that's another traffic acquisition channel for your own product. So really, it's not necessarily a personal brand. A personal brand is like you, and that's everything that you talk about as a blogger, and this is my blog. Well, it doesn't really work like that as much. AI has taken over. AI can do everything. AI can write content, it can write scripts, it can do all marketing. Basically, all marketing jobs are going to be obsolete in 2 years. So if you can do it for a local business, that will not become obsolete because they always need visibility. So businesses always need visibility. If AI, here's a question. If AI is changing marketing all the time, how can I keep up? Right? How can I just blog? And how can I start a blog in 2026 if AI is going to change something again in 2027? Am I going to put 6 to 12 months of work into it and then maybe AI just kind of does something weird? You could, but what you need is that's why I enjoy the first model, which is having a path to a service or a digital product that is your own product that you market however you want. Because with your own service-based agency, like you can see like content that sells marketing for realtors, whatever the marketing becomes in the future, you can pivot your actual services to adapt to it. So for example, if today I had a little service and I was offering realtors like blog posts, service pages, YouTube scripts, video, things like that. Maybe in 2 years, I would have full AI avatar videos as a service I offer, or full AI voiceover things with different, there's all kinds of different marketing services that will happen in the future. Instead of having to be only reliant for yourself on it with my one blog, my one thing, if you go the more the agency route, the service route, you can adapt your services to whatever's working at the time, and then you can adapt your content as you're doing it. So basically, what you're doing is you're learning first. And this is like, take your time on it. Take like 1 month to just go through the whole process of learning it's really freaking simple too. It's like going through standard operating procedures of a blog post, of a YouTube script, of a certain piece of content and getting it good enough until where it's done. Right. And now that you know how to do that, you can do that for clients and then eventually do it for yourself. So learning and then month two would be planning. Month two, we've had students in Launch to 10K, the program that teaches all this, that had made money within a week signing up. They signed up, they joined. A week later, they made money. It's not typical. Okay. There's all kinds of different people in there that sign up for stuff. But again, it's a simple formula. And then execution. So this would be having a website, blog, a niche, a content strategy, and all of it. So what's good about this type of business model is the single page website. You start, instead of starting with just an affiliate only strategy, you just think, how can I start by making money out of the gate? And how can I create passive assets over time? Because it's kind of like a ladder, call it the income ladder. This is passive up here and active income down here. You have to do some of this active stuff, services and learning to then build your own content assets to then get to passive income. So it takes time. You're not going to get to passive income immediately. You have to create assets for yourself. You have a system. And it's kind of tough, especially in a full-time job, to think of all of this, try to do all of this. So the number one biggest problem for beginners is just choosing a niche in a business model, because there's so many people online that say you have to do drop shipping because my thing is the right way to do it, or you have to do blogging, or you have to do this, or you have to do that. I don't think you have to do anything, but I think that the thing that you want to decide on is you can choose one of two paths. You either go the fast track, which is agency, AI agency, which is like replacing the need for 3 or 4 people with just yourself, going through standard operating procedures. I have all the franchise docs, all of that. Or the slow, steady path, the passive income, which is content, pieces of content, articles, things like that. So it's going to be based on your personality, which one you prefer. Do you want 10K, faster, or do you want just slow, steady growth over time for something that you like? Then it comes to niche selection, and this is going to be based on which business model you want. If you want the fast track agency model, then we're going to talk like the niches should be more like finance, realtor, realty, insurance, things that are really high value. Home service. So like HVAC, pest control, roofers, all these like certain verticals that you just dominate. And if you want slow, steady, passive, then you just think traditionally, what do you enjoy talking about? How can you find a low competition niche with keywords? And those are usually things like hobbies. So like anything that Forbes wouldn't dominate, like things like outdoor. So like kayaking, sporting, fishing, camping, all that kind of stuff. or indoor hobbies, knitting, crocheting, things like that, playing musical instruments, those kind of things. Or you just go up AI software, just know that the competition is higher. So it's really like, what do I choose? Well, there's really in the launch kit, I'll send you the business model that's right for you, and then the actual niche. So at least you'll have some clarity on the niche and the business model that you want to get started. So I was starting a blog in 20, like every video, I've done this video every year, and I actually did this one 6 months ago, and my answer has kind of changed a little bit because before I would say choose an easier niche, go after all this long tail affiliate stuff. But then the more I think about it, I just want to pivot and adapt my strategy based on what actually works right now. And what does is actually simpler in a lot of ways. Using AI, using a single page website, starting with things you could make money, fast tracking it quicker, building a scalable real business, and then backlogging it with the passive income assets. So I hope you found that video interesting. This is kind of what I was thinking of in blogging in 2026. Last thing I'll say is like most people quit because they chase too many things. So they want to start a blog, then a YouTube channel, then a product, and then they stop and start something else. And then you don't get momentum. But you just have to stick with one system. You just have to stick with one way of doing things. And I think creating a scalable AI type of business is the path forward. And really the best ideas that you'll have come after you start. So not right now, but like you'll never think your way into the perfect business. The real clarity comes after you take a few steps, you learn what you're doing. You have to learn the process yourself first. So just get in, get involved, learn what you do, what you actually like to do. Is it creating content? Is it making videos? Is it, servicing clients? Is it invoicing and making money faster? You just really have to think about that a little bit. But if I were starting from scratch in 2026, I wouldn't write, a couple blog posts hoping for traffic. I would start one clean page that offers something valuable, a service powered by AI that's super easy to do, to perform. Then I'd build passive assets around that offer, a few blog posts, case studies, tutorials. Then I'd scale it with more programmatic SEO, building dozens of AI generated articles that I hone in on humanizing craft. And it's really kind of an income ladder. It's you start with income fast at the beginning, and you can scale to build passive assets over time. So you earn early, you layer in passive income the smart way, not by hoping that it just works. So it becomes more clear once you mess around a little bit with ChatGPT. You get the frameworks, the standard operating procedures. You say, hey, based on all these things about me, what niche should I choose? What business model should I choose? So if you want to get my free launch kit, you can get started once and for all, brand new. You can watch the video, get the training. You can hopefully get some clarity on exactly where you want to start to go from 0 to 10K a month this year and beyond. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, again, click the link below to get that. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment with any questions you have, and I'll see you in the next video.